reckon it's good for the people that's died to protect our country.
Fuck the police coming straight from the underground.
I think we're losing our freedoms sort of one by one.
I was in Melbourne for the COVID lockdown, so you don't need to tell me about restrictions of race.
Yeah.
Where the merry went, Lamb was sure to go. It followed her to school. The brutal teacher's rule.
But hey, thank you so much. Music's a real gift to the world, and we need more musicians.
Oh, I agree, 100%. Yeah.
And but we're just out today asking people what Anzac Day means to them. I don't know if you want to participate.
Yeah, that's fine, mate. My grandfather's a returning vet,
Yep.
and
Same.
I think it's just good to acknowledge that their efforts and their commitments and what they gave for us. You know, a lot of people these days I don't think they really understand or comprehend. Like, I can remember when my grandfather came back from Vietnam, like, didn't say much, didn't really have to, very conservative type of man. But when it come to Anzac Day, it was dressed to the nines and off we went, you know, in the RSL, you know. Back then you'd finish the dawn service, you'd go back to the RSL,
Have a few ports.
there's a box of long necks sitting next to your chair, mate, so I used to, you know. But look, things have changed and the world's evolved, I suppose you can say now, and we're a lucky country, we're a lucky nation where we are, you know, like I'm proud of our war history and the efforts that we've given, because if you look over it, it's all really a load of crap, isn't it? You know?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
So, yeah, I'll be forever grateful for our fighters and our servicemen, you know, so, yeah, good on you, man.
Just one follow-up question. With what's going on now, we're seemingly getting more and more rights taken away from us by our own government. Do you think maybe some of the efforts that our grandfather put in have been slightly, maybe, I don't know...
Rotten? Yeah, I believe so. Look, Liberal or Labor, I think they're all just portfolio holders anyway, bureaucrats. I don't believe our government's our government. They don't run our nation. Our portfolios run our nation, and it doesn't really matter who's in power. It's all about a portfolio. I went to a legalised marijuana convention last week in Fremantle, and I was talking to the Member of Parliament, and he's telling me about how hard it is to get people involved in Parliament, you know, like they can talk about same-sex marriage and transgender this and gay and lesbian, that good on them, and why can't they talk about a bit of pot? So
Sure.
for me, it's, you know, bureaucratics, mate. You know, like,
Yeah, it seems like the machine, they think the machine's there to process us or something rather than to help us out.
yeah. Once again, it comes back to the portfolio, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter if he's in Liberals or Labor. There's a sports minister, he's got a portfolio. You've got a footwear and textile minister, he's got a portfolio. Everyone's got a portfolio to run by, and
So they're all siloed from each other anyway, and nobody really knows what's going on, and it's very easy to pass the buck.
I believe so, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, look, I'm 54 and I'm at the stage now.
Same.
Yeah,
Hey, I'm Steve.
yeah, Brian, mate, yeah. But yeah, look, we've seen enough. You know, like, I don't really want to go making waves because it's going to be the next people that's going to have to deal with it. You know, look, I got faith in our young ones. You have a look around these days, there's some quite good heads floating around on young kids.
Yeah, we talked to a few the other day, and a lot of them surprised me that they were so onto it. Hey?
Yeah. I think there's a chance, you know, but to have a chance, you've got to get a go, you know.
That's right,
And
yeah.
it comes back to this Member of Parliament I was talking to for legalising marijuana, you know, look, he can't get anybody to back him because if anyone backs him, they don't get... So it's a load of
We're
crap.
seeing a lot of people on the streets, and you know, you're not going to get a go if you're on the street. And the government seems more interested in censoring rather than helping people out who are homeless.
Yeah, good point, but I think we're all masters of our destination. You know, like, everybody's here for a reason. There's a reason why we're doing what we're doing, whether you like it or you know what you're doing or not. There's a reason behind everything. So, you know, I think I was growing up, get your hands dirty, do a hard day's work for a fair day's pay. And I think that still evolves today. That's still around today, but no one wants to get their hands dirty. And it's all about this thing here and less for more, you know. If that's the new way, then that's the new way, and all the power to them.
Yeah, well, it's a consumptive model rather than a productive model, so it's going to go nowhere, isn't it, really?
I think so. Yeah. But if you ever look around us, we're such a multicultural nation now that a lot of it's come with, you know.
And over the years in this country, they've shut down all the production of pretty much everything except digging holes in the ground. So
well, we can't even do that now because it ends up in China. You're like, I'm a broad farmer, so we do wheat, barley, canola, we have sheep, things like that.
Canola.
Yeah.
Can you give me some idea what's going on with the canola? Like, I'm sorry, canola's not good.
It depends how you look at it. Well, it's genetically modified, and then there's a TT, which is not got no chemicals on it. So,
yeah. But even if you've got a product in the end, canola oil's not good for you. It's not like.
Make a biofuel out of it.
Well, they're not though. They're just feeding it to us. It's in everything.
That's correct. That's another thing too. You know, like
if they were just making biofuel out of it, that'd be fantastic.
it would be fantastic, but unfortunately, I think it's all about China. And it doesn't matter. Like I work for a broad farmer. You know, I've done for the last 20 years, but it just seems to be all about China. Everything we've got to buy has got to come from China. The ag blue we run our trucks on, that's got to come from China because nowhere else makes it. You know, like 4 years ago they taxed our barley at $100 a tonne to get it out of the wharfs. They own the wharfs, you know. It's only worth $250 a tonne. Yeah. So, yeah, look, I think it's, at the end, from an Australian, I class myself as a hardline Australian. It's just about getting to the end, mate. You know, like people jump up and down.
It's not the years, it's the mileage.
Yeah, of course. You know, like everyone wants to get there, but some people want to jump up and down and scream and want to do it easy enough. But I know it's like be quiet and get it done. And
well, I'm often guilty of that. But I don't have the answers. I'm just trying to find out what that is.
I don't think there is answers. You know, no, but there's no set. You can look into biblical things like that, but for life, there's no manual. Yeah. You know, there's no manual. You can say this and that and the other, but
the experience is the manual.
Of course it is. Yep. You know, of course it is. And we don't really realise this until we got on in life, you know. You remember when your father used to say to you, oh, this and that and the other, and you think, you fucking dickhead, you know, you walk away. And then you have kids and you look at them and go, fuck, he was right. Prime example. You know, I think we've got to get there to say, well, we understand what we're saying. Nowadays they can be 23, 24 years old and they've done everything, they've been everywhere, and you don't need to tell them anything. Oh.
We're a bit like that, but we were at least open to learning, I think.
So, yeah. You know, I think there's a difference for wanting to have a go and going through the motions. You know, like nowadays it's more going through the motions than wanting to actually have a go.
Yeah, don't mistake movement for progress.
Most definitely, you know. But
or movement for action. Yeah,
that comes in many barriers, doesn't it? Like there's different barriers and different avenues for everything these days. Yeah. But I think I'm happy to get to the end of each day, and I'm happy to wake up and start the next morning. You know, it's like the old saying, mate. There's only two sure things in life, and that's death and taxes. Nice to meet you.
Thank you so much, brother. Yeah, you have a great day. So, good thing all up.
Yeah, good thing.
I think it's good to commemorate people who served and people who, you know, did quite a bit for both of our countries. I think. Yeah. You know, why wouldn't we?
My grandfather served in the war, and he came back, and he didn't like Anzac'S Day. He thought it was all a bunch of bullshit.
Why is that?
That's just how he felt after going through that whole war experience.
Yeah, okay, I can sort of see that. Yeah, I mean, if you served, I can sort of see probably not. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, look, I'm not knocking. I think we should commemorate. I think we should remember it. And I did have a follow-up question, which was, we seem to be losing our rights at a rapid rate with all these.
They just cancelled the one in Wellington. The one in Wellington didn't go through today.
Why?
At the capital. I just seen the headlines, didn't read into it, but I thought that was a bit slack.
Yeah, that's interesting. I was just down over at the parade and I said a couple of things to the police around, not yelling or anything, and they moved me on. And those move-on notices are supposed to be for drunk or, you know, violent people, and they're just abusing them. So, yeah, it was interesting that I thought everyone's here to celebrate that we won our freedoms while the Nazis are here telling me to show them my papers and moving me on for speaking to them.
So, like, as much as it is a celebration, I think it's more of a commemoration for those who
Sorry, wrong word.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, like,
it is a commemoration.
I wouldn't go around, like, you know, people, well, myself and others included, don't go around drinking to celebrate that we, you know, we're on the right side of history or war.
Well, we do that, though. We do think we're on the right side of history. Have you ever thought about that you weren't?
Oh, Yeah, I've watched a few alternative history videos of the Nazis won the war and whatnot, but yeah, we're just pretty happy where we
It
are.
doesn't seem like we're on the right side of history to me personally, now that, you can't even speak on the street in Australia. So that's what the Nazis wanted. So they kind of won in that sense, didn't they? I don't know. I'm a bit of a devil's advocate today. I'm sorry. I'm in a weird mood. I started out insulting you for being a New Zealander, and it started on a really good foot. But yeah, I think we should commemorate it. But we should also, it seems like these sort of things are put up as how we're so democratic and we celebrate our heroes. And there's probably a whole lot of ex-service personnel who've got injuries that aren't being looked after by the government, etc. That sort of whole side of things. Also, the last couple of years, in my opinion, the government's poisoned a whole lot of Australians and New Zealanders by the looks of things. With you had Jacinda Ardern over there saying that you had to be vaccinated or you're out of society. Yeah. That was a very sort of, that was across the line for me. And for me to say we're still a democracy and everything is just a bit laughable.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. There was, like heaps of people with the whole anti-vax, like the protests and whatnot in Wellington, like it was a massive ordeal, and for people not to be able to express their freedom of speech and their rights to do what they want.
Well, they were beaten up there, weren't they?
Yeah, they were beaten up.
Yep.
I had a mate that got a black eye and whatnot in the protests.
Same here. We got beaten up here as well.
Oh, okay, yeah. Didn't follow what was going on over
We
there.
got rubber bulleted in the back actually in Melbourne. People were shot by rubber bullets by the Melbourne police. No one talks about it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I haven't heard of that. Yeah, don't think we.
They did camp out in front of the Beehive, which is the Parliament building in Wellington, for almost a week. Yeah.
And they tolerated them, and then
They obviously tried to move them on, I'm sure. I just remember it happening, and they were there for weeks and weeks and weeks, and I think it just kind of fizzled out over time and let people do their thing.
That's what usually happens, because people have to go and get back to their stuff. You wanted to do something, and you turn up, and you realise weeks later that the powers that be aren't listening, and they're pretending it hasn't happened. Can I ask you one more question? You don't have to answer it. I meet people all the time who call me a kook. The last time I was arrested in Sydney, the sergeant led me out of the police station with a little tinfoil hat he'd made for himself, right?
Oh, right.
Do you think that that's acceptable to have that level of ignorance in 2024 for some sort of someone who calls himself an authority?
No, definitely not. I think that's taking the piss.
Taking the
Yeah,
piss. He's
taking
taking the piss.
Yeah, no, like everyone's allowed to say what they want, do what they want.
It's like he was saying to me that he doesn't know anyone who's been vaccine injured or lost their family or job or whatever from this whole debacle business. And he was just saying, is what the government calls us anti-vaxxers, conspiracy theorists, sovereign citizens. But sorry, that's just me. You guys are just having a good time here.
Well, it's definitely a negative label put on things.
You just came for a surf.
No, I think you're totally entitled to believe what you want and follow what you want and speak what you want.
Exactly,
and obviously some people don't like it, and that's on them, but if you don't really, if you don't get involved with it, if you're not kind of anti the anti or something, it doesn't bother you.
Yeah,
just keep moving.
Yeah, you just keep going, and it's no drama.
Man, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, right.
That's about it.
I think I need this man as a counsellor.
No, you don't.
No.
Well, boys, thanks for being so honest and listening to me dribble on. Hey guys, ask you a quick question.
No, sorry, mate.
No? Just asking what people think about Anzac Day.
Oh, sorry, mate. We don't really do interviews.
Ah, no worries.
Have a good day.
You too. No worries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry about the scary t-shirt. I'd really like to ask you a question about Anzac Day. Should I swap t-shirts? Nobody really wants to say anything though. Hey guys. The reason I brought you here today is to explain what we're going to do in the new kind of setup. So we're going to, all have driver's licenses, and we don't need the driver's license from the government. You see, we all can teach each other how to drive, and the driver's license system is null and void. And then, you understand? Yep. Basil, I'd just like a quick interview. Basil? Quick question on the street. What people think about Anzac Day? Would you mind participating? What do you think?
Sure. I don't know. Honestly, I've forgot about it for a second there. I don't know. Like on the one hand, it's like I haven't really done anything to like pay respects to the fallen soldiers, but
Sure.
on the other hand, it's like, well, didn't they die for this so that like I could have a better life, so I didn't have to think about the war? So
Yeah, I guess I hadn't thought of it that way, yeah. Well, relating to that, I personally think we're losing a lot of our rights in the last few years, particularly, that these guys kind of went over to overseas to fight for and die for. Thoughts?
that's I mean that's a vague statement, so it's kind of like hard to disagree. But do you have any like specific examples?
So, for example, I was moved on for talking to the police down at the parade this morning. They have the powers that they can just imagine that you've done something wrong and bar you from somewhere. They can just jump on you without, they don't have any, well, in my view, they don't have any evidence that they've got any jurisdiction, but they can just grab you and take you to their dungeon, and they're doing that with people who are speaking out against the narrative, and they've done that for the last few years.
Okay. Again, that's kind of a vague like.
Okay.
What's the narrative that you?
Okay, so the narrative is that there's this COVID-19 pandemic and everyone needs to get injected so that they stay safe,
Yeah.
including pregnant women and children. It's, you know, it's a very scary thing to inject a pregnant woman or a child. But that's gone on worldwide, and now with many government is ignoring it and gaslighting people like me as being nuts.
That's crazy, but how long has it been? Like it's been like 3 years.
4.
4. Okay. No, but like since it ended, because obviously we're not in lockdown anymore. But,
No.
And then like.
Would you tolerate another lockdown? The Premier was in the paper a couple of weeks ago saying that they're going to use the army to go round everyone up next pandemic. He was on the front page.
That's bonkers. You can't.
No one said anything about it.
You can't.
Go and look it up. It was like 2 weeks ago. The front page of the West. Saturday paper. Saturday? Sunday? Saturday. He's on the front saying that next pandemic he's going to use the army to go and round everyone up.
But I don't know.
That's not a vague statement.
No, that's very
Specific.
Yeah. I mean, I've never met the guy, so I don't want to give him a bad name or anything. But
No, I think he's a cunt.
well, it kind of sounds like a coward's move, if I'm honest.
Yeah. Well, he told everyone during the pandemic to go and inject their children, so I think he needs to go to jail at least. So anyway, he's the Premier of the state, so that's why I guess maybe I'm a bit more shunned from the streets by the police than others, do you think?
Oh, I don't know. I thought we were talking about someone else.
Okay, sure.
I'm not up to speak.
Okay, let's go back.
Okay.
So Anzac Day, you're still confused?
No, I'm like, I thought McGowan had moved on. I didn't know.
Oh, McGowan, yeah, no. So Cook was the health minister at the
Right.
time of McGowan's reign, and Cook used to get up often and tell everyone to get injected often,
Right.
even though he knew that it was with trials. Thoughts?
I mean, that's a bit.
The trials were published in 2021, and they mandated it in 2022.
That's scary. I don't. I mean, a fair
Sorry.
to step down from health minister, but then to go from that to premier isn't that's.
Well, the police minister has gone to be the sorry, not the police minister. The chief of police has gone on to be the governor. So there's no real separation of powers here in Western Australia anymore. So that's where I think the problem lies.
You're tripping me out, man. You know more about the like
No, I don't
government
know.
and how it works than I do. I'm
I
like,
don't know anything.
I
wish I did.
I didn't even know.
I pressed the stop button if I knew how it worked. I'd find that switch and it'd be off.
I didn't even know it was possible to go from like chief of police to governor. I thought that was
that would be because
separate.
the governor is there to stop the chief of police being an asshole. That's what his whole role is,
Right.
right? Yeah, I know. It's crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, well, conceptually, I guess when guys went overseas to die for their country, they probably didn't expect that back in their country because the people they were fighting against were oppressing their citizens, their civilians. They were being oppressed.
okay.
now as long as you do the right thing, in the government's eyes, you don't get oppressed. But if you do something that's not the right thing in the government's eyes, you get very oppressed in this country. All over the country, they threw people in jail for not following the orders, the pandemic orders. In jail.
Well, I count myself as lucky then.
Yes. I don't want to give you any more facts and spin you out, man. I want you to have a great day. I'm loving your Star Wars t-shirt.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah. Just asking what you think of Anzac Day.
Oh, it's great, mate. I was up there at 4:30 this morning.
Awesome.
For the service, and I'm a homeless guy, but I got a week at the it's called John Fisher.
Yep.
So yeah, no, it was good to get up there and pay my respect. And
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, man, for doing that.
Yeah, and yeah, it's been a great day.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
And I got a follow-up question, which is, do you think we're maybe losing some of the freedoms that the guys fought for in those wars?
Oh, absolutely. There's definitely not the respect there that they definitely should be recognised for.
I know they're pretty rough. I have conversations with the police all the time, and I know they're pretty rough sometimes with the homeless as well. I had a mate that woke up with a move on notice stuck to his chest,
Yeah.
like he's a package.
Yeah, but there's the good and there's the bad homeless people. There's there's the Richard Didge ones, and then there's other ones who got addictions, and
Sure.
so but there's there's Tranby, there's Rua, there's outlets out there for us. So there's plenty there, but
What's something? Sorry to interrupt. What maybe is there something that you could really do with?
I reckon they need to introduce what they did up north in Kununurra. It's called the Inju card. So they get so much money, like 200 or 300 cash, and the rest is on the card.
Right. So
So it stops them from abusing alcohol and drugs.
they can only spend it on groceries and stuff.
Yeah. But
Well, segue, because that gives us. They're thinking about bringing in like a digital currency, and with a digital currency, they could actually decide how it's spent. They can program it. So
absolutely, even if it's vouchers, stuff like that. Because I know people up north in say Karratha, they get royalty money, but now they've allocated it. So you got to spend like so much on electrical goods like TVs,
Sure.
fridges, etc. But
Yep.
before they used to give it on cash.
Yeah.
So it's good that they're changing the system,
Yeah.
so people don't abuse it on alcohol and drugs. Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And do you reckon that should be for everyone? Because they'll bring that digital system will be for the whole population, not just anyone who's got an addiction problem.
Well, that's why I don't understand why it's up north and not down here.
Okay.
I think that's a bit rough, picking on the Indigenous population up there. And
And everyone down here just runs amok, sort of thing.
that's right, yeah. And it's just costing the government twice as much because,
Yeah.
everyone's just crazy.
Sure. Hey man, thanks for talking to me.
Yeah, no worries.
Anything else you want to say? I know it's a hard question. That's like put you on the spot.
Not really, man.
Sure.
I like to thank all the homeless outlet services that
Really
do,
good.
yeah, that do look after us.
Yeah.
They don't get
Yeah,
enough
do anything.
recognition. Yeah. And I think Roger Cook needs to put a bit more money in towards them because they're only
A bit more, yeah, a lot more. The amount of money this state produces.
That's right. And the ones that are operating at the moment, they're run by churches. So I don't know if there is any
There's
government.
probably no government funds in there.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Spending it all on the scooters around Perth.
Well, that's right. Yeah, relevant stuff. Roger Cook needs to go, really. To be
Oh,
honest.
definitely, totally. He needs to go to jail, in my opinion, but that's a different issue.
Yeah, he's a crooked PM for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Bring back McGowan, I reckon.
Oh, really? You like him? Like the daddy?
Yeah, I think. Roger's just picking up what McGowan was going to do to make himself look good,
Right. Yeah.
and but time will tell.
Right.
We got is it Abby Mason or Mason? The new deputy, I think.
Oh, of Cook.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, somebody, yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe we do need a female for a bit of a change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that'd be something interesting.
Mm.
Wouldn't hurt.
No.
We're not going to do any worse than Cook.
No, that's right. yeah, the crooked cook. No.
no.
That's right. But it's good that they're putting all this money into the railway lines and all the roads and that. So I think we do have the best, cleanest and best transport in Australia compared to eastern states. So I think we're going a long way, but it's taken a while.
Sure. All right, man. Well, thanks very much. Appreciate your time.
You're welcome.
We're just asking people for YouTube what they thought about Anzac Day.
Oh, lovely time. Thank you.
No worries.
It's a lovely day. It's a good day for everybody.
Thanks, brother. even the pigeons are compliant here.
Oh.
You know, the police truck's unfortunately shut because they've scaffolded it in.
yeah. They forgot to take it out before they.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a permanent fixture.
So I want you to move the police truck and then put up the scaffolding, okay? Down. No, he's gonna. Hey, can I ask you a quick question? That was amazing, by the way. Are you a dancer?
Hey y'all, what's up? It's LaRon from TikTok, bitches. Y'all remember me? Like last year, I was a bit burnt. But anyway, I focused on myself, made a better life, and get off the drugs. Yeah, fuck the drugs.
That's beautiful. I love that. Hey, we were just asking, do you even know it's Anzac Day today?
I do. I acknowledge it on Wajak Wood.
It's okay.
Come on, yawn, man.
No, it's okay. Well, we've got Yagan here. In front of Yagan. We'll just say in
The
front of
king
Yagan.
of this land.
That's correct, yeah.
Well, you know something about me. I'm a descendant of Shaka Zulu from my continent, so he's my grandfather, great grandfather. But anyway, no more delay.
Okay, sure. Thanks, man. Do you do stand-up or something? You're quite funny. You're like,
No.
you should. You should.
No, people just think I'm funny, but I mean what I say.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Half the time.
It's good to mean what you say about serious stuff because, you know, I think too many people are kind of taking the piss these days.
And they don't have what it takes to rise to the top, so they laugh at the people that are walking up there.
Correct. So true, huh? So true.
What's your name, by the way?
Steven. I'm sorry, hang on. My hands are full. What was your name?
LaRon.
LaRon. Thank you. Straight from TikTok pitch. Great to meet you, Lerone. We're just out getting people's opinions about stuff. We were talking about Anzac Day because we're interested in things like people's freedoms being eroded.
Yes, the Queen is dead, man.
Yeah, I didn't believe in her anyway. But these guys aren't even employed by the Queen. They're a private corporation. They think it can just jump on you.
The Freemason Society.
The Freemasons. We love those Freemasons, right? High five, Freemasons. Yeah, so anyway, the good thing about what's happened in the last couple of years, in my opinion, is that it's kind of brought all these concepts, Freemasons, for example, to the surface where people are talking about it instead of just being this thing that couldn't possibly be.
And why all of a sudden, why all of a sudden I'm looking around, all these people in uniform, where the boat at? Where the boat at? Where they came from?
That was, yeah. Well,
what is happening?
Exactly, yeah, I know, lots of people. Yeah. We did a video the other day. I wanted a counter to pop up every time a police officer walked through frame. They would just seem to be in every shot.
Water, baby. You better wake up and see it, because if you don't, you're going to live behind,
Do you
ho.
think there's anything we can do about it?
Stand up is one. What the fuck they going to do? Fuck the government. Shit.
Exactly. Lerone, you're speaking my language. Yeah, so that's what we're on about, really. We're just asking people about that, and I reckon everyone should just cut up their driver's license, and then that control mechanism they've got over everyone just
Break
disappears.
down the system, man.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
gonna get us.
because it really is. They want to squash anything that's truth.
Everything, man.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I look at my Wajak Noongar people and I'm like, you're suffering. I know. I roll with them all the time and I see how they're suffering.
Yeah.
It's just bad and no one doing anything about it. They say
Nothing.
they're doing something about it, but
Nothing.
Where that though?
What they're doing is they're locking them up and putting them in a building over here in Northbridge. It's full.
Exactly. I was there
It's
too.
full.
But anyway.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I'm there all the time. So you know that beautiful color they've painted the inside of the place? Yeah, that lovely green. Yeah, everything's hard and cold, and they don't give you enough blankets. All
They
that.
give you the sandwich, right? And after you eat the sandwich, you get a little bit tired, you get a little bit sleepy. So they're actually drugging you without drugging you?
Oh, wow, yeah.
What's in the sandwich? Because it was croissant.
There's no toilet seat in the cell, so I'm just glad to not eat anything. I don't eat anything when I'm in
Sit
there.
on the floor, the fuck?
Yeah.
But it's actually wrong. Like, I love Australia. I've been here 10 years. Number one, like, I rose from the bottom. These bitches don't even know. Like, for real. I was a nobody here, and I rose to the top, make connections every day, being authentic, being me. And these bitches want to give me the side eye.
Yeah.
But that's fine. You can do you, honey. You can hate from the sidelines, because whole soul phony got me looking at them sideways. It'll never be the same motherfucker the old days.
We have to start a new channel with Lerone.
You do. Like, I'll be a commentator. Yeah, I work my ass off. I'm here 10 years in this country with no work rights.
No.
What the fuck? I came on a plane. But these motherfuckers come on a boat and get everything.
Yeah. This is so
That's
true.
some fucked up shit, y'all.
Yeah.
I couldn't get paid in this hole, but I still look good. I wish a person
You
would.
have to join the cash economy with us.
Now I can't do that because I'm going to do the right thing and, like, you know, not work and just prove that I'm actually a good person in this community. 'Cause
You're a
I
good
am.
person.
Everybody love me. Everybody know me. Like, everybody move when I walk, girl.
Sure. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I saw you dancing and I was like, what?
It was prime time. Was it good?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
See, now that's that thing that bitch didn't want me to jump on stage.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, jealousy.
my
Jealousy
God.
because they didn't have the moves.
you know-
It's funny, I made a film 25 years ago in Connections
Yeah.
about a drag queen called Chlamydia. And it was a great film, and we used Madonna's Vogue as the soundtrack. So it's interesting, they got a bit of a connection. Move to the music. Wish I could sing, sorry. Thanks for your time,
It's all good. Thank you so
Lerone.
much.
Thank you so much for hooking up
I'll
with
hit you
us.
Later. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for having me. Ciao.
That was Lerone, the one and only. Hey, brother, can I ask you a quick question? It's just about Anzac Day. Your thoughts?
I don't know.
No.
For friends. Sorry.
Where?
Sorry, mate.
Okay, ciao. Oh, damn, all the ladies are going to be saying, please go back and interview that guy. We're just asking about Anzac Day. What do you think of Anzac Day? Are you a visitor? You sound like one.
I am from Ireland, but I've been in Australia for 5 years, so I guess. Well, it's just there's not much on, to be fair.
No, everything's shut.
Closed, but it's an important day to remember the Anzac'S, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. For sure. Commemorate them and whatever. I find it ironic that I tend to see Australia slipping into sort of fascism and losing our rights. So I find it ironic that people are lining up and ignoring what's going on today.
Yeah.
Because the guys that my grandfather went and fought in that war, one of the wars.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have been okay with the way Australians are being treated sometimes
In
today.
terms of what?
In terms of freedom of speech,
Yeah.
censorship, that all that sort of thing,
Yeah,
which has
wow.
been just
I was in Melbourne for the COVID lockdown, so you don't need to tell me about restrictions of rights.
yeah. So for me, that was just complete bullshit.
Yeah.
And people seem to like the authorities want to just move on.
No, Dan, we were in Melbourne for the last 4.5 years, and Dan Andrews was the hero, so he was. So yeah.
Well, McGowan here, he locked everyone down here. He was a hero here too. They loved him.
No, I'm on your side. Don't worry about that. All right. Anyway, nice to meet you.
Yours too, brother.
All the
Thank you so
best.
much. Yeah. So our station sponsor, Pagari Sweat.
Sweat of what?
I think it's, oh yeah, it smells like Chris Dawson's balls. Yeah, I can see Mark McGowan standing in the corner as that smell wafts through the cell. Maybe I went too far there. What do you think about Anzac Day?
I reckon it's good for the people that's died to protect our country, you know. Pretty good, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, proud of them.
From the land.
Yeah.
Freedom. Nation.
Freedom.
Yeah. We could be full of Chinese people.
No, we all stand in one. We all stand in one nation. No matter what nation you are, we're all together as Australians, mate.
Is this gonna be on
And
TikTok?
we'll stand here and fight
YouTube.
for our country.
YouTube.
And let's smoke some weed. Yeah.
You said with freedom.
Yeah.
Do you think we are free though?
No, not by the laws in here.
No, the
I lost
WA laws in particular.
I lost my license for 9 months for driving. You meant to have someone with their license in the car with you. I lost it for 9 months because I got caught 3 times driving without a license. When I got pulled over, there was someone in a car park doing burnouts with the police pulling me over. Once I leave, the people are still doing burnouts. I don't go over there and stop them. They just go into the servo, get a drink, and then drive back to the police station. I reckon it's bullshit.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, well, a lot of the laws are, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Exactly that, yeah.
Stupid laws.
Yeah. I think we're losing our freedom sort of one by
I
one.
get underpaid because I'm 17. I'm not even 18 yet. I get underpaid. I'm doing a really hard work, and I get 20 an hour.
Sorry, it reminded me of this old video I saw of, it was a comedy and the young guy like you is going, I don't understand why they don't let us drink in pubs, you know, they can see it's good.
Well, when I'm in work uniform, they let me go into pubs and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But when I'm dressed like this, they don't let me in anywhere.
Because it's called 18 plus, mate.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Well, I could be 16 in that work outfit. It's like these people that stuck in off the stadium.
But they're talking about Anzac Day, okay, mate?
Yeah, no, it went to
But we
lose.
moved on to like, because he said we're free. Do you think we're free?
I reckon we're free if we do good, but if you don't do good, like people like me, we're not free because we get the people behind us chucking me in chains for shit that isn't fair.
Yeah.
And the
Well,
living price.
Well, I would debate that some of the stuff you're doing isn't good. I mean, it's just what they think is not good.
You think about it, where does you use work, where does all your taxes go? What to put new trees in, you know what I mean? Like all your taxes, and the price of food goes up every year. Like how does it feel if someone doesn't got a job, you know? And it's hard for, especially...
It's getting harder and harder.
It's getting harder to get job and housing as it is, you know what I mean? So...
Well, that's what they want. I think that's what they want, so that everyone's dependent. Yeah. So everyone's dependent on a handout, and then they have to do what they are saying, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Like even the prices of food, clothes, it's just ridiculous now, you know what I mean?
I was on Facebook this morning, and you know that guy.
But you enjoy your day, brother.
You too. Thanks very much, guys. Yeah, cheers.
You know that chef that cooks for Coles?
Yeah.
Jamie Oliver or
Oh,
something?
yep.
He did that thing like years ago, whereas $10 you can buy your whole family a meal. These days, a bag of cheese is $10.
Yeah, exactly. I know. Yeah, that was part of his cheese thing. Yeah, it's getting harder, but anyway, hang in there, guys. Thanks for the content. Yeah. Cheers. Yeah.
It's a banana bread man.
You could have had all the banana bread you ever wanted. Cheers, guys.